Hello again. I want to explain a critical point about mainly paticcasamuppada, and it is other variations. For example, there was a question about papancha, the Hannibal Sutta. There is a variation on paticcasamuppada in there, and going through the thinking and proliferation and taking up sticks and whatnot. It is basically the same principle, but spelled out differently. And the question was, so it says, when there is no I, there is no sight, there is no aggregates and whatever. So does that mean an enlightened being just experiences nothing? And on its face value, it certainly can be understood like that. And I think most people understand it like that. And that leads to the views that, the jhana is just this self hypnosis that just nothing exists. You block out everything and you just experience nothing. That is the enlightenment, basically. But in another sutta, the Buddha just mocks that idea. Some Brahmin says enlightenment is when there is no sights, no sounds, and no thoughts, no speech and whatever. And the Buddha just mocks him and says, then this baby, just newborn baby, is your ideal enlightened being, He can't see, hear, talk, He just lays on the ground, crying. This is it. So obviously that's not it. That is not the enlightenment. So it is implied in the suttas, but it is not spelled out the meaning of the paticcasamuppada against the grain, and with the grain, what's the difference and whatnot. So in one sutta, it says avijja is like a stream, just fills up, all the other links and whatever, all the way through. So in every step, avijja is, is there, just not spelled out. So what is avijja? Avijja can be explained in various ways. There are some stock phrases, but it is tightly, the point here, it is like tightly connected to self-view or the self. So when there is avijja, there is self. So then point of paticcasamuppada is not explaining you why there's suffering, or these two persons how they experience the world. I mean, it can be understood that way, but there is a more important point. It also teaches you how to undo that. It doesn't spell out, but it is implied in there. So what is implied in there? So in every step, this is actually, I think, in a part of the Honorable Sutta, it is spelled out in this way. With this as condition, it is possible that one can do that. For example, with feeling as condition, one can crave. I'm just paraphrasing, but things like that. Okay. So, and it goes backwards. So when there is no feeling, one cannot crave. So, but that doesn't mean enlightened being feels nothing. It means means this. In your immediate experience of the puthujjana, it is self versus the experience, self-apprehending the experience or the world, or conceiving the world, But what is, if you break it down, break it apart, this experience, even your apprehension has conditions. Even your craving has a prerequisite, many prerequisites. Okay. And if there is no feeling, you wouldn't be able to crave. But in your immediate experience, those conditions are not recognized. Okay. That's why you can just mindlessly apprehend, crave, expect. Your expectations can go infinite because you don't recognize the conditions of that. So, but when you recollect one step, then you get to the level of the feeling. There is still, in every step, there is still the way for self-view to find another footing. So you go, like every step, in each step, you recollect the previous conditions of that state. So for apprehending, grasping the experience, you need craving to be there, craving against the feeling to be there. And for the feeling to be there, you need contact or the experience to be present there. In each step, you are diminishing your sense of self or the apprehension of the experience, your grasp on the, experience as a whole, let's say. And when you recollect everything, then your grasp will fade and your sense of self, that view will, like, you feel it diminishing. So that's the point of it. Okay, it's not an explanation of things. It is a way to break down, so to speak.